The rain-slicked tarmac of O'Hare's International Terminal gleamed under sodium lights as Marcus Ellison stepped off the red-eye from London, his Italian leather briefcase swinging like a metronome against the exhaustion in his bones. The 38-year-old architect had just closed a deal that would rebuild 3 city blocks in Lagos, but the victory felt hollow the moment he saw the 2 uniformed officers cutting through the crowd, eyes locked on him like heat-seeking missiles. "Sir, keep your hands where we can see them," barked Officer Harlan, voice crackling with the kind of authority that mistakes fear for respect. And before Marcus could process the command, his arms were wrenched behind his back, cold steel biting into his wrists while travelers froze mid-stride, phones rising like periscopes. The second officer, Ramirez, muttered something about a reported disturbance and a matching description, but the words dissolved into static as Harlan shoved Marcus toward a side door marked "Authorized Personnel Only." The architect's polished ox herd scraping concrete, his mind racing through every possible misstep. Had he smiled too confidently at customs? Spoken too slowly? Existed too black in a space that suddenly felt like a courtroom? Inside the fluorescent holding room, the air thick with bleach and dread, Harlan barked for ID while Ramirez scrolled a tablet, the silence stretching until Marcus's calm baritone sliced through. "You're making a mistake, officer. My name is Marcus Ellison. My father is Attorney General Jonathan Ellison." Harlan's laugh was a gunshot, short, dismissive, until Ramirez's finger froze on the screen, the color draining from his face as the official state portrait loaded. The same chiseled jaw, the same storm-gray eyes staring back from beneath the seal of the Department of Justice. The room tilted, Harlan's bravado evaporating as he fumbled with the cuffs, apologies tumbling out like loose change. But Marcus stood statue still, the metallic click of freedom echoing louder than any verdict. Outside, the storm that had delayed his flight now broke overhead, thunder growling as Marcus straightened his cufflinks, the same ones his father had worn the night he was sworn in, and turned to the officers with a voice soft as velvet, yet sharp as obsidian. "You profiled me, you humiliated me, and you did it in front of the world." A junior TSA agent, trembling, offered to escort him to baggage claim, but Marcus waved her off, pulling out his phone instead. Live stream already rolling, 10,000 viewers and climbing. His composure a masterclass in controlled fury as he narrated every second of the violation, every microsecond of doubt that had flashed across Harlan's face when the truth hit like lightning. Back in the terminal, whispers rippled. A grandmother clutched her rosary. A college kid live-tweeted #Justice for Marcus. And Harlan, now stripped of his badge pending investigation, watched from the sidelines as Marcus's father's motorcade screeched to a halt outside, sirens cutting through the downpour, the Attorney General himself stepping into the storm without an umbrella, eyes blazing with a rage that could indict an entire system. The confrontation unfolded like a climactic courtroom scene. Jonathan Ellison's baritone thundering over the rain, demanding body cam footage, promising federal oversight, while Marcus stood beside him, no longer just the sun, but the spark that would ignite reform. Harlan begged for understanding, voice cracking about quotas and split-second decisions, but the Attorney General's response was glacial. Split-second racism is still racism. Cameras flashed, headlines wrote themselves, and as father and son walked away, Marcus's hand on his dad's shoulder, the cuffs now evidence in a plastic bag, the terminal erupted into spontaneous applause, strangers forming a gauntlet of solidarity, phones capturing the moment a wrongful arrest became a reckoning. Yet the suspense refused to release its grip. Inside the DOJ's mobile command unit, Marcus discovered the disturbance call had originated from an anonymous burner traced to a known white supremacist forum, the same group that had doxed his family after his father's landmark police reform bill. The plot thickened as Ramirez, sweating under interrogation, admitted he'd ignored protocol because Harlan was his training officer and everyone knew not to question him, revealing a cancer of complicity metastasized through the precinct. Night deepened, the storm now a deluge, and Marcus, fueled by adrenaline and ancestral memory, refused the offered ride home, choosing instead to address the growing crowd outside Gate F12, his voice rising above the rain. This isn't just my story, it's every black man pulled over for driving while successful, every brown child patted down for looking suspicious. But tonight, we flipped the script. He announced the formation of the Ellison Justice Initiative on the spot, pledging the Lego Steel's entire commission, 7 figures, to fund body cam transparency software and civilian oversight boards nationwide, the crowd roaring as lightning illuminated his face like a prophet's. Harlan, watching from a patrol car, saw his career dissolve in real time as internal affairs swarmed. Ramirez, desperate to salvage something, leaked dashcam audio proving Harlan had bragged about keeping certain people in check, the clip going viral before sunrise. The payoff crystallized at dawn. Marcus, sleepless but electrified, stood on the terminal's upper deck as the first rays pierced the clouds, his father at his side, both men silhouetted against a sky bleeding gold. Below, activists unfurled a banner, "Wrong cuffs, right fight." And Marcus live-streamed the sunrise pledge. Every wrongfully detainee in Illinois would receive pro bono counsel from the new initiative. Every officer involved in racial profiling would face mandatory retraining or termination. The story doesn't end with cuffs clicking open. It begins when we refuse to look away. If Marcus's restraint in the face of rage moved you, imagine the fire it ignited in a million hearts watching live. Imagine your own moment of wrongful judgment, your own child profiled, your own silence complicit. Hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss the next chapter of real people dismantling real systems. Because every new subscriber funds 1 hour of pro bono legal aid through the Ellison Justice Initiative. Comment below with the name of someone who needs to see this. Tag them. Wake them up. Your comment isn't just catharsis. It's a data point proving demand for reform, a weapon in the algorithm war against apathy. Share this video on every platform you breathe in. WhatsApp family chats, Instagram stories, X threads, because each share plants the seed that harassment in uniform is never routine, never acceptable, never final. Turn on the bell icon so you're first to witness the fallout, Harlan's trial, Ramirez's redemption or ruin, the first wrongful detainee lawsuit funded by your view. This isn't entertainment, it's activation. Marcus walked free, but millions still wait in holding rooms of prejudice. Your engagement is their bail. Together, we don't just watch justice, we enforce it. Subscribe, comment, share. The movement starts in your hands. Don't drop the baton.